Welcome folks, Flipknot here. Today I am on my Harley Davidson LIVEWIRE that they let me borrow because I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth right now. I'm sitting on the LIVEWIRE. I'm riding into the Brap garage and I'm going to talk about the first 24 hours of having in my possession a electric motorcycle and the ups and downs and the things that you got to learn and the things you got to think about, because like certain things, it's a new world. And there's ways you got to learn and there's things you got to do. So as soon as this car goes by, let's get started. Alright, so currently I'm in rain mode. I don't know what rain mode is exactly. Let's switch it over to Flip in the garage. He'll tell you more about the modes and how they work.
And as you can see right here, each mode kind of gives you more of a diagram of how each mode works. It tells you about how much power you really have in that mode. It tells you how regenerative the braking's going to be, how strong it's going to slow you down. It tells you how responsive the throttle's going to be, and it even allows you to control how strong the traction control kicks in. Rain mode is very sensitive. It's very low on everything. Regenerative braking is very low, just so this way you don't kind of slow down too fast. You know, it's rain mode. You want to keep that tire on the ground as much as possible. So you want to do the least bit possible to get that tire loose. So low regen mode is really going to help out in the rain, whereas in conservative mode, when you put the regenerative braking on high, it slows you down harder, it regenerates more energy, and it allows you to go further. When you're on the interstate at 55% power, that's all you need. You still have enough power to really get out of people's ways, but it'll turn down the throttle control so it's not as sensitive in it, and you maintain a more consistent power flow on it. Back to you, Flip.
So as I'm sure I've mentioned in that little insert, which I haven't filmed yet, so I'm not even sure what I said yet, there's three things that comes with the modes. You have how much of the power you can actually use. Then you have regenerative braking, which is basically how strong the engine braking is to try to regain some of the power it's losing while you're riding. So at 30%, it's not very powerful. At 80%, it's like, you know, almost coming to a complete stop. 80% regenerative braking, you can actually let go of the throttle and it'll slow you down to a complete stop that you really don't have to touch the brakes at all. And then you have this little wheel over here, which from what I'm guessing, just from sitting on it, it kind of shows you how much power you're using, if it's too aggressive, if you're just gonna overuse your power. I think this little part right here is kind of like where you're in regen mode, and that's kind of just stopped. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go to Flip in the garage, see if he fans anything out. If he doesn't, he's an idiot.
Alright, so this weird little half-moon circle thing. Best of my knowledge, from what I could gather so far, there's surprisingly little information on the internet about these things. I think I found an owner's manual online, which I couldn't find anything about these modes either. Best of my knowledge is you got the big main part, which is about, it basically tells you how much power you have it set to. Do you have it set to 100% power? Do you have it set to 55% power? You can see in different modes where the circle gets shorter in different places. And then it also shows you how regenerative the bike mode is. So as you release the throttle, you'll see in different modes that there's a bigger gap there, and you'll see it turn green, basically showing you it is regenerating more power. Best I can come up with, best I can figure out at this point. Like I said, there isn't really much information online on these things. So, you know, again, I'm an idiot. Back to you.
Alright, so my absolute favorite feature on this motorcycle at this exact moment is the Bluetooth capability. I know that there's a lot of you out there gonna be like, excuse me, Flip, the road glides and street glides, they've always had the heads-up display and you can Bluetooth to it. Yeah, whatever, bro. This is new to me, and it's kind of freaking rad. So, the bike Bluetooths to your phone, which your phone is Bluetooth to your Senna, so I can turn the volume up and down, I can hit play, what the hell ever. I don't have to reach up for anything anymore, and that is just super awesome, because Senna, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for sending me one. But at the same time, if there's one feature I wish you guys would allow us to do is rape map these buttons, because I always accidentally hit the COM button in the wrong manner and interrupt other people riding. Where like the phone button, the button that I use, the very least would be the best COM button, just generally because you're intentionally calling somebody. Oh shit! Wrong fucking mode, buddy. As soon as I got on the interstate, I switched over to conservative mode. It conserves your power. It turns down all your functionalities. Like I said, it turns down the throttle, it turns down the power level. Just because, since you're sitting consistently, you don't need to have that much variability in your throttle control so that you can conserve as much energy as possible. It's one of the pitfalls of having an electric motorcycle. We all know that it's coming. So, yesterday when I picked up the bike from Bert's and rode it down to the garage, it's about 20 miles. It was about 35 miles. It's about 35 miles from Bert's to the garage. I was in regular street mode the entire time, not thinking about it. And it said I had about a 60-mile range. I got there, I was drained. I was at less than 10 miles. Because on the interstate, you're going, you're not slowing down, you're not regenerating, you're at high output the whole time, so you're draining that battery faster. So another major thing that I learned about being on an electric motorcycle is that you really have to pay attention to what mode you're in and when you're using them. It is a necessity. It's not a fun button. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got the spinal tap button on here, you know, everything's mapped to 211. On a day-to-day, what most people would probably use this motorcycle for, you're fine. But just remember that when you're hopping on an interstate, it's in your best interest to go ahead and throw it onto conservative mode, because there's no reason to just drain your battery going from one place to another. Another absolutely important thing that I learned yesterday was this. Got the bike back from Bert's, put it on the charger at the garage, let it charge for about an hour, got enough of a charge to get down to the Dirty Shame to go hang out with Josh and grab a quick drink and a bite. I know the Dirty Shame inside and out. I have privileges that most don't. Richard, the owner, absolutely loves the idea of an electric motorcycle, so he does not get mad at me for plugging my motorcycle into his bar. But a major, huge mistake I made yesterday was I plugged in the bike. I went to go have dinner, came back an hour and a half later, realized that the plug wasn't completely plugged in. It had done one of these things. So that hour and a half of charging that I should have gotten, I did not. So, when charging your electric motorcycle, be 100% sure that you are 100% plugged in and it's not going to fall out, because that is not a fun thing to deal with. So one of the more interesting things that I've been doing since acquiring this motorcycle, actually days prior, because getting myself mentally ready for having this motorcycle, is I've been mapping out everywhere I'm going, not just for the sheer purpose to see how far away and how to get there it is, but it's kind of like, okay, it's gonna be a round trip. I meant to go to Plant City Bike Fest last night. I need to know how far away it was, how far back, round trip, roughly about another 10 miles in town, so it was about 20 miles. So I knew I was gonna be doing roughly 60 miles in Plant City had I gone out. And not being 100% sure, I know somewhere I can plug in. I love this thing so much.
I forgot to end this video. I was just too enamored of what was going on. So I'm gonna do it now. So to all my Patrons, thank you very much for everything you do. You help out this channel a lot. For those of you who are not Patrons, you guys do a lot as well, so don't feel getting guilt. But on that note, this is where we're gonna end it. Don't forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe. As always, catch you on the flip side.